This is the jungles of the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, one of the few natural rainforests providing clean breathing air to millions around the universe. A region of an abundant medicinal trees, animal species, and a bowl of world's most expensive minerals. But beneath all this beauty and wealth emerges one of the world's deadliest militia group of the 21st century, the March 23rd Rebel Group, also known as M23, a group whose activities have displaced thousands, if not millions. The UN accuses the neighboring Rwanda and Uganda for supporting the group, allegations all the two accused nations deny. In this video, we investigate who is exactly behind the activities of the M23 rebels in the Eastern DRC. But before we get started, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and also like and share the video, and don't forget to leave us a comment. So who exactly is supporting the M23 rebels? President Paul Kagame of Rwanda recently gave some insights while responding to a UN report that implicates his country for supporting the rebel movement.
These leaders of M23 and the majority of their fighters came from Uganda, where they had been as refugees who ran away from, or as a result of solving the problem of 2012, 2013, when these people moved to Uganda and others came here. I remember for specific actually number, those who came here were between 500 and 600.
So what does Uganda say?
Some actors called the experts on DRC have issued a report or released a report implicating UPDF allegedly for supporting M23 and some other rebel groups in DRC. This is not true. In any case, we shouldn't have been operating with the DRC Army, the FRDC, on ADF or against ADF and Operation Shuja. We wouldn't be the ones under the East African Community Regional Force that operated in Eastern DRC to make sure that peace comes in that part of the world. So whoever raises a flag that we are supporting dissidents in DRC must be having other reasons why he's doing this.
A dead end. To find out who is actually supporting the M23, we need to look back at the history of the M23 rebels. The M23 emerged in 2012 as a splinter group from the Congolese army. Comprised largely of Tutsi fighters, the group claims to defend their community against discrimination and persecution. But their true motives have often been obscured by a web of regional politics and resource-driven interests. Rwanda largely becomes a victim because the Tutsi community is indigenous to Rwanda. However, following the drawing of national borders during colonial times, the Tutsi community was divided, some falling to Rwanda, while others fell to the Democratic Republic of Congo. What is worth noting, however, is that those fighting among the M23 rebel ranks are Congolese citizens of Tutsi descent. It is therefore natural that some of the members of the M23 rebels have relatives living in the Rwanda and may oftentimes visit their relatives or send support or even retreat to Rwanda when the war heats up. The M23 has had two rebellions so far in the Eastern DRC, one in 2012 that was defeated in 2013 by a combined force of UN peacekeeping forces from South Africa, Tanzania, and Mozambique, alongside the Congolese forces. This is a closed chapter of the rebellion, but determines the second chapter of the rebellion. Following the defeat of Chapter 1 of the M23 rebellion in 2013, some of the fighters were exiled to Rwanda, while a large population, including the key commanders, fled to Uganda. Rwanda claims to have disarmed and settled as refugees the faction that fled to Rwanda, while no information is publicly available on what Uganda did with the bigger faction that fled to Uganda. Sources close to Ugandan security, speaking on anonymity, claim that some of the fighters that fled to Uganda were accorded specialized military training in an undisclosed military training schools in northern Uganda and western Uganda, and later deployed as mercenaries in Somalia and other foreign missions that the Uganda People Defense Forces have deployed in the recent past. One opposition figure claimed the M23 were active in election policing during the 2021 general elections. We were not able to independently verify this allegations. In 2022, when Uganda crossed into the Democratic Republic of Congo, launching a manhunt for the Allied Democratic Forces rebels, whom Uganda accused for a number of attacks in its territories, the second wave of the M23 was witnessed in Congo, seemingly following the Uganda People Defense Forces from the rear, seemingly taking advantage of areas that were already cleaned by the massive firepower of the UPDF. It is for this reason that many believe Uganda could be lending a hand to the M23 rebels. But again, we cannot verify these claims. What is seemingly clear is that the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo is a rich land of attained mineral resources. The region is infested with over 120 active militia groups. These include the internal groups like Mai and M23, foreign groups like the ADF, foreign armies like the UPDF, UN peacekeeping forces, and criminal groups with vested interest to harvest the minerals. All these forces may present opposing agendas and intentions of their stay in Congo, but one thing in common is that they are all interested in robbing Congo off the minerals. In a landmark decision, the International Court of Justice, ICJ, ruled in February 2022 that Uganda must pay the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, $325 million in reparations for its role in the looting of natural resources and human rights violations during its military intervention in the DRC between 1998 and 2003. But this has not stopped Uganda from reinvading the country again. Simple, all forces in the Congo are either reaping the minerals or protecting criminal gangs of Western powers harvesting the minerals. You may want to wonder, but why in the whole world is Rwanda and Uganda accused of fueling the conflict in the eastern DRC? Well, we can say that since the banning of gold export from the Congolese conflict zone, the neighboring Rwanda and Uganda have been the destination for most of the valuable minerals stolen from Congo, where they are re-exported to the rest of the world, avoiding the world ban on the Congolese minerals. The accusations against Rwanda and Uganda are just a tip of the iceberg of the involvement of these two neighboring countries in the plundering of the resources of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let us know what you think in the comments section, and remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.